All right, let's get into this hard to kill preview, man, and then we'll call it a night because we've been on for a while. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and run down the card here. We'll start with the Hardcore War 10-man tag match. We got Violent by Design of Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Diener, and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards, maybe Rich Swann. He got COVID last week, but it's only a 5-day isolation period, so that's the 5 days are up.
If you're vaxxed.
Well, no, it's 5 days, but it's 5 days if you test positive, and then it's another 5 days with a mask on. And then I think that if you're like asymptomatic, there's different rules there. I've been explaining it to people all day.
We're cutting it close.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So maybe Rich Swann. If not, probably Tommy Dreamer takes this spot.
That'll go over well.
Yeah, he's back in the company, man. So he might. Willie Mack, Heath, and Rhino there. So who you got here? Who's winning this deal?
I don't care. I'm gonna say the heels because the Good Brothers never lose.
That's right. Heels over. I got the same. Josh Alexander versus Jonah. Who you got?
I like this. This is, I've been calling this the Sting Abdullah feud. This is Sting goes over. So Josh.
Yeah, I think Josh goes over. A lot of people are picking Jonah in this one though because they're trying to build up Jonah. He's new. They're building him up.
He's new, but I think we have too much invested in Josh. If Josh loses here, I don't think that's the way to build the guy. We're building Josh to be the guy, and we don't know what Jonah's contract status is.
He's in through till April.
Till April. There you go. I mean, like so
he's there for the Revolution tour that we talked about. Yeah. Josh has to win. I think you don't beat him, and he needs to beat Moose for the title in April. I think that it's all building towards Rebellion for Alexander to beat Moose, so it makes sense. All right, Ultimate X. You got Jordan Grace versus Rosemary versus Chelsea Green versus Tasha Steeles versus Lady Frost versus Alicia BQ Edwards. Who you got in this one?
The heart says I almost said Rachel. She's out of the match. The heart says Jordan Grace. The head says probably going to be Chelsea.
They seem to be pushing Chelsea. She did to get the pin tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pick Tasha Steeles in this one for the upset victory.
That would
over
be an
there.
upset because she seems to be the one pushed the least.
What are you playing with in your hands, by the way?
My Fitbit.
Okay, so I was like, I thought I heard some clanking in the background. Maybe that's
no.
So yeah, no, I'm going with the
checking my steps for the day.
Okay, I'm going with the underdog, Tasha Steeles. When she came out tonight, man, I was like, she's a star. She's very good. She's got a lot of charisma.
I think she's really grown since splitting the tag team. I really do. I don't know if she's there quite yet, but I could see it by the end of the year. I would be surprised if she wins this match, but this is such a wild card match that I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We got to get that digital media championship over. So
yeah. Ring of Honor World Champion, Jonathan Gresham, which I think is going to be one of the best matches in Impact in a long time, taking on Chris Sabin, who, according to Ian Riccaboni, who's been promoting this pay-per-view, by the way, wink, wink, Chris Sabin's been owed a title match since 2018. I think he ended up getting hurt that year, and that's why he didn't get his title match. So, yeah. So, I mean, no chance in hell that Sabin wins this one, right?
So, no. They don't control the title. No, this is Gresham's. It would not surprise me if Ian is in specifically for this match. Right?
Yep.
But we'll see what happens from there. So
yeah. But excellent match though, right? I mean, it has to be
great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, these guys are gonna tear the house down.
Mm-hmm. I wish they promoted it on the show. That'd be cool.
That'd be great, right? They've done a good job promoting it on social media, but if a commercial would have been nice tonight of some sort. Impact's
on Twitter.
Yeah. Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. The Inspiration defend against the Influence. Who gives a shit? I'm going Inspiration.
The Inspiration had a great night. They're inspired by us, and it's like, yes, they were actually. That's completely accurate. Yeah. So yeah, I assume we're going to keep the titles on the Australians.
Yes, and you know what? And I think they're a good act too. By the way,
they're fun together. They're better here. They're better here than they were in WWE. Like
yeah. I don't think there's a chance in hell this match will be any good, but
no.
But this is one of those matches that's like a funny match that you put after a really good match to kind of, let the crowd settle down. Yeah.
Caleb Connolly will do something stupid and it'll get a good reaction.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. It's not going to be for us.
No,
it'll
but
go.
I do think that they do add some value to the show. They're like, they're the people in the audience will have fun. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
fine. I don't think they're bad. I think they've been good signings, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Great additions. X
Yeah.
Division champion Trey Miguel defends against Steve Macklin. If Macklin doesn't win, he can no longer challenge for the title as long as Trey Miguel is champion. So who do
Macklin's
you
gonna
got
win.
in this? You got Macklin, man.
Macklin's gonna win.
Dude,
Just the step, man. The step.
the
Like, cause
stip.
where do you go without? Like, what do you do with that step? Like, that's a
Yeah.
baby face step, right? It's like, if they don't go with Macklin, what are we doing with Macklin? Like, now Macklin can't charge, like, can't, because
Well,
we don't have another secondary title in this company.
no.
Like, no,
I mean, he could. I have Macklin. So in my head, Alexander beats Moose at Rebellion, and then one of Alexander's first contenders should be Macklin. I'm not saying the first,
I could
but
see
I'm
it.
thinking on one of these Impact Plus specials, you know what I mean?
I
They
could
can
see
do
it.
an Alexander Macklin match, or even on a TV, like a TV match for the title.
I could see it. In that case, he better win.
Yeah. So I agree with you. It, until they did the stipulation, I thought that Miguel was going to win because he just won the title at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, but
That
it's
is
the X Division title.
It is, but he's only defended it a couple of times, and so against Rocky Romero, Alex Zane, Laredo Kid, and Steve Macklin. But
Dude, they never
yeah.
defend the Intercontinental title in WWE. Like,
No,
what's the matter?
no. Yeah. So, but I am going with Macklin here.
Yeah.
Texas Death Match, Knockouts champion Mickey James defends against Deonna Purrazzo.
Deanna, and then I think Mickey's off for the NWA.
Yeah, I think Mickey's going to be gone after this for a little while. They've already told us that Deanna's going to win because the very next night, Deanna is going to challenge for the Ring of Honor Women's title, and she's going to take that title, and then Roxy is going to go to WWE. I think it's already been laid out. They've already told us what's happening.
Correct. Deanna Omega is coming to the company, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome.
So. It really is. Deanna's great, and I thought she was great tonight against Mercedes Martinez. All right, Impact World Champion Moose defends against Matt Cardona, W. Morrissey in a triple threat match.
I wish I was more into this Moose, and I don't. There's not even a doubt in my mind.
What's going to be the match of the night?
Oh, Gresham. It could be Miguel Macklin, but it's going to be Gresham Sabin. But I wonder if that. Here's why I wonder. We have this crowd, this Impact crowd, right? Because as we know, Impact has a hardcore, loyal base of fans.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of crossover with Ring of Honor. So I wonder if the fact that a lot of the fans will not be invested in Jonathan Gresham and the foundation and that whole thing to really make a difference in this, because this match is super cold in front of an AEW audience that just loves work rate and stuff like that. I could see that getting over huge with the Impact fans. I don't think it'll go bad, but Gresham could. They just don't have any we have never met Jonathan Gresham on this show, right? And he's coming out with a title that has no real interest in this promotion. So on paper, that should absolutely blow the doors off everything else. But I wonder if crowd investment holds it back.
I think that they will win the crowd over, but I think they're going to be a little bit quiet in the beginning. And I've witnessed this personally because a few years ago, Michael Elgin fought a guy from Noah. He's tag team champions with the Great Muta. What the hell's his name? No, Marufuji. Sorry. Yeah. So Elgin and Marufuji went at it, and that audience didn't care. They had no idea who Marufuji was. Comes in, but then about 10 minutes into the match, they were on their feet going crazy. They beat the shit out of each other. Marufuji actually worked that night. He put his working boots on.
Oh, you never know with Marufuji. Sometimes he'll go out there, work real hard, and you'll get old school Marufuji, and sometimes he won't.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I have witnessed that before whenever they brought in outsiders to do stuff like that who aren't quite as famous, like Kenny Omega. When he came in, he was immediately everybody was invested. Yeah. So but I'm gonna go my match of the night, man. I'm gonna stick with Alexander and Jonah. I think that this is gonna be kind of a Jonah. Yeah, I think Jonah's out to prove some stuff, and they're pushing Alexander. I think they're going to want Alexander to look great here, and he has not failed on a big stage yet that I've seen him in. So
I don't either. I'm not as high on Jonah as everybody else, mainly because I was not an NXT avid viewer. So my knowledge of Jonah is like a lot of his older Japan stuff. Like he did some stuff in Noah, did some stuff in New Japan, and some Evolve. So my sample size is smaller. So I don't I just I don't know what to expect. I know what to expect, but I feel like I know what I'm going to get a lot more of Jonathan Gresham. You know?
Yeah. So there's rumored surprises coming in as always because it's an Impact show. They got to try to, even though Impact does not put out teasers there, but there's rumors through the net.
Remember
Give
they
me,
got. Remember we got hints for surprises that never came. We
I
never got
know,
it. Remember that? We didn't get any
damn,
surprises.
we got the damn Kiss Demon and Rocky Romero and
Kiss
the
Demon.
Kiss Demon. So, give me a surprise that's gonna happen in Hard to Kill.
Oh God. Buddy Matthews.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I'm gonna go EC3.
You think he brings in the whole group?
Probably, but probably not Adam Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
what's his okay? That Ring of Honor thing was weird.
yeah,
Right. That totally T-boned the show, and it feels like they have to all come in
yeah,
together.
they
right?
do, and maybe they hold off on Sure for a while
Is
while
that
they
like an
still
NWO? So if could they do like an NWO thing?
they
Right, where they're
could.
like an invading group or something like that. It would work
Yeah.
better if Josh was the champ because then they could be heels. With Moose, it's a little bit weirder. Maybe
Well,
that's
I
the next thing for Josh. Maybe they attack Josh.
so that's what I was thinking. Josh
Oh,
beats
sorry.
Jonah. Yeah, Josh beats Jonah, and then EC3 and the boys beat him beat him down. They set up a couple matches with EC3 and Josh. So
I can see it because it seems like those guys want to do their own thing, and I don't think
mhm.
they all want to be tied down to a. I don't know what they can do on their own, quite frankly. But I think they seem to like enjoy doing their thing.
Mhm.
So I could see him coming in and have. I hate to use the cliche cup of coffee. Like, come in and have a couple tacos, and
Yeah,
then move along. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I could see that. So my bold prediction will be the narrative crew,
That'd be
um,
cool.
and with or without Adam Sure. I mean, he could come in or he could not. Either way, it's fine.
Release the Titan.
Yeah, release the Titan. Maybe they bring him in for a couple of TV tapings or something. But
It could. I mean,
yeah,
I think I hope his asking price has gone down.
it
Because
should.
again,
Ring of Honor couldn't have paid him very much for that little appearance he did.
no, I doubt it.
Yeah. So I'm counting up. I got so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches here that I think actually could be really fucking good. It sans the main event I think it's gonna be a serviceable 3-star match. They probably are gonna watch the most recent WWE main event and do similar stuff in that. So it'll be serviceable. Hardcore War, I don't care about. And the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship, don't care about. Everything else looks really good though.
Yeah, I agree. I wish I cared. I wish I cared more about this main event. I guess for me, like main events sell shows.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm just too old school in my thinking like that. Like I believe that the main event sells a show, and they've tried really, really hard. They really have put the effort into making this main event good, but I just don't see it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, hey, that's going to do it for us this week. We did a marathon of a show. Man, we're almost 2 hours deep on this deal. I hope everybody on Patreon loves it.
I hope you guys appreciate all the work we put in.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to do 14 hours tomorrow calling people for COVID reasons. So I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow.
How many? Hey, you have COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, you have COVID. That sucks. That's
Yeah.
got to be the worst, actually.
It's so I'm doing both. I'm like calling people and saying, hey, you tested positive. These are your quarantine dates, telling them that their 5-day mark is right, and then what the rules are. And then I also have another list of names. Hey, you're no longer on quarantine. Telling people that are no longer on quarantine is a lot funner, by the way. They get really happy when you give them that phone call. So that's good. So I'm doing both tomorrow.
I believe that.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. You said you got something to plug, man. What's going on?
So now Amazon allows comics to be sold, right? And so I have this when I made a movie in New Orleans in 2008. This is about 3 years after Hurricane Katrina, and I was at a bar and I heard a story from the locals. They told me that because as you might remember during that whole thing, some of the police had kind of gone bad and went a little rogue. So I heard a story that there were cops that were actually in speedboats that were zipping around to the various houses because the floodwaters were so bad in the Ninth Ward that people were literally stuck on their houses, and they were picking off dudes like criminals that they knew. They would just walk up, boom, and then move on to the next house. So I heard that and I went, damn, that would make a good story. So it stayed in my head. And then I took this comic class in 2010 and we had to pitch ideas. It was on the spot, pitch me an idea. So I said, okay, undercover FBI agent gets stuck in Hurricane Katrina and these rogue cops are after him. And, they don't know that he's an FBI agent. They think he's just a gang member. And they said, that's a good one. So, oh, shit.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So I went with it. And I put out this graphic novel in 2014, and it won a few independent comic awards. And it's really kind of was supposed to have launched my comics career. And it just didn't happen for me in comics, but it's still a good book. So Deluge is the story of an undercover FBI agent that's it worked in a real life undercover ring. They were trying to organize crime in New Orleans so they could get everybody gone in one fell swoop. And then Hurricane Katrina came in and fucked everything up. And that actually did happen. I just added the part with the rogue cops. And, it's so you got these like basically racist cops after this undercover FBI agent, and this guy's running for his life. And, it's 24 hours, clock is ticking. And yeah, it's super violent, and it's been really well reviewed, and I just haven't pushed it the last couple of years. And now Amazon's giving me the platform to kind of reintroduce it to people. So it's live. It's 3-issue mini series, and it's something I'm real proud of.
And it's on sale now.
You can get it now. Right now.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. And then if you're listening to this, if you're a Patreon subscriber and you want this, DM me.
It's $3.99 in it. $3.99 for the first issue. It's like I said, it's a book. Art's really great. My buddy Richard Clark did the art chores on it, and I'm very proud of it. We
need to pitch this over to our bosses over at Anthem, since we're on the take now. They bought that. We're movie on the studio.
Take. Where's my money?
I've been meaning to tell you. No.
Oh, you're on the take. I'm sitting here doing this work like a sucker.
Yeah. No, we need to go. We need to pitch this over there to their new movie studio. Let's get it, dude. That sounds badass.
I have. Hold on. Hang on 1 second.
Oh! Breaking news here. I think JD actually has some.
What the hell is it?
I think he actually has a movie contract he's trying to find. Sorry, this is very bad radio, so I'm just going to provide commentary while JD looks for something. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's cool. So you can buy
a copy of it. So.
Oh, okay. Good deal, man.
Yes, when those guys slide into your DM, say, "Hey, by the way, we have."
Yeah.
You get producer credit too for having the idea.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So.
But yeah, let's sling this over to the movie studio. That sounds pretty badass, man. Sounds like
I like money. I have this thing about feeding my family.
Yeah, it's very important.